Hello and welcome to another live Q&A chat where we're talking to eBay sellers and asking all about how they've set up their business and how they're running it. My name's Hannah, I'm from eBay, and today we're joined by Helen, who's from Bosede Accessories. Now we're broadcasting live today on both YouTube and Facebook, so if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask Helen, please pop them in the chat. We are going to have some moderators working in the background, so just making sure that the questions that you're going to be asking Helen are right for this kind of conversation. But I think let's get started. So Helen, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you
very
much.
Really nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Now I think we've got lots of your products displayed in front of us. So
Yep.
tell me a little bit about what you sell.
Okay, so I sell earrings, necklaces, bracelets, some bold pieces, some that celebrates the African culture, and then I have the accessory lines where I use African print. I have some makeup bags, hair bonnets, hand fans, a mini hand fan as well. So yeah, these are my stuff.
Really nice stuff actually. So we were looking at these hand fans earlier on, and these are really nice, the way they unfold.
Yeah.
And I love the quality on this. It's all fabric.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful colours and leather on the what do you call this? The handles.
Handles, yeah. So
Can't
it's
even think
100% cotton, the fabric, and it's leather straps.
It's really, really nice stuff.
Thank you.
So now we're here to talk about what you're selling on eBay.
Yes.
So presumably all of these are for sale
Yes.
on your eBay account. So tell me a bit about how you got started and where this passion for jewellery and all these accessories came from.
Really it started 2 years ago. It really started as a hobby. I'm into costume jewellery, into African pieces. So my personal collection is absolutely ridiculous. So I was like, you know, buying in bulk and, you know, and not getting rid of some of the stuff that I had. So I just thought, okay, you know what, this might be a good idea. So I started researching in foreign markets, firstly with the earrings. And some of the pieces that I bought for myself were so beautiful, so unique. And I thought this would be a great business idea to sell to the UK market, specifically on eBay UK. And then you know, it just took off from there. And then I created the accessory line with the African print, and it just really took off from there. So many people really liked my stuff, and, you know, so many people on social media reached out to me, and, you know, the sales just boomed, honestly. It was
Oh, it sounds wonderful, and it
Yeah.
sounds like it's something you were really passionate about, that you kind
Definitely.
of fell into selling on eBay. That's really exciting.
Definitely.
Now, these are all so colourful.
Yeah.
How do you bring that to life on your eBay listings?
Oh, well, I have like a white display board, and, you know, the colours speak for itself. So all I do is just take my photos with my phone, or I use the natural light in my garden and, you know, snap away the photos and, you know, use the features on my phone or on the eBay formatting to just clear up the photos, just to enhance the beauty of the colours.
Fantastic. Yeah, and that new tool that you can get on the app, I suppose that's quite useful to you, isn't it? To do all of the tidying up on the images.
Yeah.
So that can be really good. So do you do most of your listing on the app, on your phone, or do you do it on your computer?
I do the majority on my computer, just so that I can see the photos clearly and to just make sure that the photos are the way I want it to be. And if I wanted to revise my listings, then I do it on my phone.
Yeah, and the phone's really handy if you're kind of on the move and doing other things. Now tell me, do you sell full-time on eBay, or do you do something else as well?
Well, I actually work full-time as well, so this is kind of my side hustle. So everything is done. I have my 9 to 5, and then everything is done in the evenings. And you know, my posting is done during my lunchtime. I have a post office literally across the way from my house, so it's just so convenient to do everything. So it's not too bad. Yeah.
So was it coincidence that you were living across the post office, or did you choose to live there because of it?
No, it was coincidence. But it's coming helpful in the long run. Yeah.
So that must be a little bit of a challenge, working full time and running a business as well. So how are you juggling that kind of work and eBay life?
Well, it's not really much of a challenge. Like I said, I, try to balance everything. When I'm working, I don't, focus on anything I don't get distracted with my business. So my evenings is just left for my, my business. So it's just trying to find the right balance to just make sure that, my work and my business doesn't conflict with each other.
And I suppose because a lot of these items pack up quite small, you don't need a huge amount of space.
No, not at all.
So you don't have like a storage unit or anything like that?
I work under my stairs, so...
Under the stairs?
Yeah, under the stairs, yeah. So I have my storage boxes either side of me, and then I have my desk. So, yeah, it's fine for now.
I can just imagine you under the stairs
Yeah,
running your
with
eBay
my
business.
coats hanging up as well.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Oh, that sounds wonderful. So, I think you were saying earlier on that you've got quite a few variations of some of the colours on this.
Yes.
Tell me how you manage your eBay listings with all those variations.
Some of my stuff, some of the variations go up to 30 pieces. So it's easy to just put everything in under one listing rather than doing individual listings because of cost, obviously. And, it's just easy to manage. People, are spot for choice. They can decide which ones they want. And, for me, it's just easier to do that way.
Yeah, and I think you touched on a couple of good points there, that it's going to save you time by doing all the variations on your listings, but also cost. Tell me more about that.
The insertion cost. So if I was doing it for individual pieces, only God knows how much the cost would be. So it's better to do everything under one listing, whereas I could just pay a one-off cost for everything.
I think it's a great way to keep the costs low, isn't it?
100%.
Where it legitimately is a variation on the same thing. So 100%. Presumably for these fans, you'd have one listing for the fan, but all the different colours that are available for it. Great. And I was looking at one of your listings earlier on, and you do multi-buy deals as well, don't you?
Yes, I do, yes. That helps to attract buyers, so if they buy, let's say, more than one item, they get a percentage off. So that really brings in a lot of buyers. So, yeah. That really helps.
And it must be quite cost effective for you and your buyer as well, because I'm assuming that with it being something fairly small, you can just put it into one envelope or one little parcel.
Yes, it does save, especially with the postage. Rather than posting like individual ones, I could just put everything in one package and just send off. Yeah.
So let's talk packaging at the moment. Now we've got some beautiful eBay boxes here. What do you use for your packaging?
Well, I have my own personal packaging.
Okay.
Actually, some of them they have a turquoise, which looks like the one in front. I have turquoise and pink, just so I can just be extra. It's nothing to it.
So it's more your sort of branding.
Yeah, and my personal taste. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Now you mentioned using the multi-buy. Do you use any other promotional tools to promote what you're doing?
I've recently used a coupon for Black Friday, which has been, quite interesting. The sales have really come in for those. So yeah, I might start using the coupons more often now.
Yeah, and that can be quite a nice way to get people coming back to you as well.
Yeah,
like give them a coupon, do some repeat purchase.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tell me what your customers are like.
My customers are really good. They promote my stuff on their personal social media accounts, and they tag me, which brings traffic to my eBay store. So for the most part, they're really lovely and they're really complimentary of my goods.
I heard you had a celebrity endorser as well on social media, is that right?
Yeah, the rapper Gigs, he endorsed my my business. I just woke up one day and all these people were sending me messages and adding me on social media. I was like, what's going on here? And then I realized that what he had done, I was really chuffed, honestly.
Oh, that must have been lovely, getting you lots of publicity.
Yeah, it was really fantastic. I couldn't believe it.
And talking of publicity, you're an eBay for Business Awards winner.
Yeah.
And you went to the eBay Open event, didn't you? What was that like?
Very informative. I got to speak to a lot of people, try to get some advice and tips for my business. Got to network with a lot of people as well. So it was really really interesting event, and definitely worth going to. Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, because you're working full time and you're doing everything part time, do you get much chance to meet and speak to other sellers?
Not really, unless I go to the eBay forum to try and network with other sellers, but not really. So that open day event was a good opportunity to meet with others, face to face, and yeah.
We've actually just started putting the recordings from eBay Open onto YouTube. So if you want to watch back any of the sessions, make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Of course, that applies to everybody else watching as well. We are releasing all of the eBay Open footage, so you can have a look at all the keynotes and some of the smaller sessions as well. But it sounds like for you, it was the networking that was really enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely. I got to exchange a few cards and speak to some of these sponsors there. So it was very, very good event, yeah.
Great. Okay. We're already starting to get some questions in, so I'll come back to some of these in a moment. But Espresso Geek says, love the colours.
Oh, thank you.
Love the
thank
colours.
you very much.
I think that hopefully they're coming off over well on camera as well.
So, yeah.
Okay. So is being entrepreneurial something that runs in your family?
Actually, it does. My mother, she used to go to like foreign markets abroad and buy stuff from there and sell it here. And she's kind of one of my inspirations, obviously, for starting this business. My mother, she can put together inexpensive pieces of materials and just make it look like $1 million, honestly. So she's, I've definitely taken her eye for talent, for taking something so basic and, making it look expensive and beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, sounds like she's been a great inspiration to you.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So what's the ambition for the future?
Well, definitely to expand my range. I've got a few things coming for Christmas, which I'm really, really excited about. Also to concentrate on my marketing, trying to gain more exposure for my eBay store. And we're doing a bits of pieces right now. We're sponsoring some tailors in Africa with some of the profits from Bosede Accessories. So that is really taking off. So so up and coming tailors in Africa. So we're kind of sponsoring.
It'd be really rewarding being able to do something like that.
To give back, yeah.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic stuff. Right, some more things coming through. So let's take the question from Espresso Geeks, who was the person who said that they loved the colours. How did you get the idea to sell on eBay?
Well, I had an eBay account already, a personal eBay account. So when I did decide to do the business, it was just an easy transition to move onto the business side of things. Obviously, I did a bit of research with other e-commerce platforms, but I found eBay to be much more affordable in terms of the costs and fees.
Oh, glad to hear it. It's almost like a session sponsored by eBay, isn't it? Okay. Oh, another question from Espresso Geeks. Do promotions pay off? Do you get ROI, return on investment?
They do. They do. They definitely do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll go any further into the number. Okay. Fair enough. Trade secrets and all that. Fair enough. Okay. Will says, hi, I'd love to do a live stream like this. Well, that's good to know. Well, thank you. David says, looks great. Helen, will you be expanding your range?
100%. Like I said, Christmas time, we've got a lot of stuff coming in. So I'm really excited. I've gone crazy this time around. So yeah, just watch this space.
I can see you being a little bit cagey there. You don't want to give away your secrets of what you're selling for Christmas.
Yeah, but it's coming.
Okay, now Lee has asked a question on Facebook. How do you minimise returns selling clothing?
Well, I don't sell clothing.
You've got the bonnets though.
Yeah, the bonnets, yeah. So they're like kind of like accessories. So,
I would think probably that with a lot of this stuff, because jewellery is the same, that it's very much personal taste, that by taking really good photos,
Yeah.
you're really minimising the chances of things coming back.
100%, yeah. And the colours speak for itself, like I said. So, you know, these are the selling point, the colours, the boldness, the vibrancy. I think that's what attracts people.
Yeah, looks great. Okay, so question from Owen. What was the biggest challenge you faced as a startup and how did you overcome it?
Just making sure that I was doing the right things. You know, there are some things that I've made some rookie mistakes, you know, in terms of, you know, building the brands and my listings, not following the correct procedures.
Nope, that didn't happen.
Yeah. Also, I would say one of the frustrating parts is when you have certain buyers and they don't read the description and they come back to you and they're like, oh, we want a refund or whatever, and it's just like, oh, yeah.
And what is it they didn't read, like measurements or something like that?
Measurements, yeah. I'm always clear in my listings, and I think that's really important when you're doing your listings, to make sure that you're clear as possible. But I think because they take the photos as face value, so they don't really look at the description properly, so it's just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that happening with some of the smaller pieces. That to give the detail of it, you've got to zoom in on the photo, but it can give the impression it's maybe bigger than it is.
Yes, exactly, or smaller than it is, yeah.
Or smaller than it is, yeah. And you probably can't see the detail of some of these items, but there's some fantastic earrings here. Already some of my colleagues have got their eye on them. But definitely people can go to your listings and have a good look and see what's available there. Yeah. Right, so let's see. Oh, Sarah, thank you for your comments on Facebook. Sarah's saying that she's an online seller but can be quite nervous in person, so I think it's probably quite nice selling on eBay. Yeah. So she's saying well done for being interviewed live.
Thank you.
And also eBay is an excellent platform for me. I can be successful without having to speak a word. That's very true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very true. And I suppose also with the way that you're doing things, having everything online and just messaging back and forth, it means you can be a bit more flexible.
Yeah, definitely.
Rather than somebody ringing you through the day when you're working.
Yeah, exactly. Disturbing me and I'm like, I'm on a Zoom call or the Teams meeting, yeah.
Fantastic. Right. I don't know if this is a bit of a difficult question, but what is the strangest thing you've ever bought or sold on eBay?
Gosh. I don't know.
I've seen some pretty strange things up for sale on eBay.
I don't think I've bought any dodgy stuff. I
Maybe we won't go with that one then.
I don't think I've bought anything dodgy or sold anything. Well, I hope not. I hope I haven't sold anything dodgy. No, no.
But I think that's the beauty of eBay, isn't it? There's all sorts of things that you can buy and sell on eBay.
Exactly.
All the way through to boring things as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Anything you could possibly need. Right, well, if you've got any more questions, please keep them coming, or even words of encouragement for Helen as well, because it can be a bit nerve-wracking doing this nervous, can't you? So, Sarah, you're absolutely right. So what other questions have we got? I think, I know what I was going to ask you. We talked a lot about sourcing from abroad.
Yes.
But what about selling internationally?
Well, I think I might look at that probably in the future. Right now, I'm selling in the UK because I just feel like it's less hassle for me. But I've looked in some of the things that eBay are offering, so I might, start. Hopefully, in the long run, start doing international orders. But we shall see.
For a lot of people, the global shipping program is a good place to start because it's just as easy as selling within the UK.
Yeah.
When the order comes through, you get a UK address that you ship to.
Yeah.
And so you just post it as normal. Once it gets to the fulfillment centre, they then pack it, send it on to your international buyer. The international buyer's already paid for the international part of the postage, any taxes or anything else like that that's involved. So it's just very easy for you. And also, if anything happens between it arriving there at the shipping centre and your buyer, you're protected. So if they say it's gone missing, then
exactly.
it's not coming back on you because you got it there safely. Good stuff. Right, question from Claire that's coming through. how do you keep your ratings so high? Any tips? Feedback ratings, I assume we're talking here.
Well, one of the big things I do, I try to do quality checks before I send anything out, because you just don't want anybody to come back and say, well, this is not what you said it was. So I always make sure that everything that I send out is in good condition, good quality, so that, you know, and I always try to give good customer service, you know, with my packaging, with my inserts that I put into my parcels. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, people have been really nice in their comments, in their reviews for my store. So yeah, I think those are the things that have helped.
And I think it's those personal touches that make a difference.
100%,
And I think also because what you're selling is perhaps a little bit more difficult to buy in the UK. There's probably quite a fan base that are just like, excited that they can get this kind of stuff in the UK.
Definitely.
Not having to buy it internationally. Right, so, bit of a personal question on the finances. I don't know whether you'll want to answer this one. What do you think would be the threshold to make this your full-time job?
I don't have a figure, but as long as my business surpasses my current salary, then, you know, we might have to look at, you know,
well, you could still do both.
Well, exactly.
Just double your income.
Exactly, yeah.
That's one way of doing it, isn't it? Right. Did we cover this? No, we didn't. It's another question from Owen. How are you planning coming up to Christmas to manage your eBay store?
Well, I've already got some of the stock at home, so it's just about creating the listings, to be honest. It's not going to be too hard. It's not. I think everybody seems to think that it's going to be stressful, but it's not. For me, it's not at all.
So you've got that like PA mindset that you'd mentioned earlier on. Yeah. Okay. Espresso Geeks is some encouragement as well. Thank you, Espresso Geeks.
Thank
you. It comes to all of these live chats. It's actually very nice. Loving the part about inserts and doing that too. I think that's a good touch. And also in the other sessions, the other people that we've interviewed have said that certainly when they were in their early days, they were handwriting notes to people.
Yeah.
And I think that helps people to realise that they're not buying from like this faceless corporate online retailer. It's actually real people on the other side of it. Real people that have got emotions too.
Exactly.
Actually care about the business.
Of course.
Good stuff. Right. Is there anything that you would do differently if you were setting up today? Like you're 2 years in, you must have learned things along the way.
I would definitely, you know, take advantage of the stuff that eBay was offering in terms of the tools and advice and tips. I think when I first started, I just went in nilly-willy. You know, I wasn't even taking advantage of anything. I just did it on my own. But along the way, I've got some really helpful tips from eBay, which has really helped to, you know, boost my business. So I would have taken advantage of that earlier on rather than later.
So those tips, where did you find them?
Well, sometimes the emails will come through, or I spoke to an advisor actually from the eBay Open, and you know, things like those things like that, you know, they helped, you know, add the little touches to my business, or try this, or, you know, create more information on this listing or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just the little tweaks, really,
exactly,
isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
Because there's so much that you can do with your listings, whether it's just anticipating the keywords that people might be typing in, making sure you've filled in the item specifics fields, good photos, descriptions. What about free postage? Do you offer that?
Yes, I do, yeah.
What was behind the decision to go for free postage?
I think that was one of the things that attracts people as well to buy my stuff, because there are other sellers that sell similar earrings to me, but they don't offer the free postage, but I do. So I think that kind of draws them to my store over them. Yeah.
There's also, when people are buying, a filter that they can just select the listings that have got free postage. And I know, because some of my friends do it, they'll tick that box and only look at the listings for free postage. So even if you've got beautiful items, if they've put that filter on, it's not coming up.
Yeah.
It's also the same with the item specifics. So people are using those filters to narrow down their search when they're buying, and you haven't filled them in, you're not going to be visible. Okay, right, some more things coming in. So Lee's asking, how many units do you sell per day on average? I wonder if that's a bit of an insider thing as well.
It depends. Some days, let's say from 5 pieces upwards. Some days nothing, you know. It just varies, you know. It just all depends, yeah.
Okay. So David's asking, do you have any advice for someone thinking of starting a small business selling on eBay?
Yes. You know, just try to be creative as possible and try to sell stuff that are unique. You know, there's so many sellers that are selling like kind of the same things. So you know, you kind of get your, you know, choice. But my stuff, I would say, is like, you know, I don't really see so many people selling, you know, the bright stuff, accessories that I do. Yeah. So I think, you know, try to be creative with what you sell, try to be unique. You know, I think that's my only advice. Well,
it echoes what Jo was saying last week, Jo from Brown and Ginger. She said that you're much better off on eBay and when you're selling online, selling things that are a bit more unique, because you don't have the same kind of competition there.
Exactly, 100%.
Okay. Espresso Geeks again, having a full-time job, are you using your eBay income as added income, or do you reinvest it into your eBay business?
So any profits that I make from my business goes into my business. My salary goes into my, you know, day-to-day rent and, you know, stuff. But yeah, so
I think that's
separate.
Good. That's why it's nice to have it as a side business or side hustle, as people call it. That you're not relying on that for your income, so you can be more thoughtful about how you're reinvesting the profits.
Definitely.
And that you have that safety net of working as well.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely what other people have said that I've been interviewing recently. Good stuff. Right, well, if there's any more questions, please keep them coming, because we've only got a couple of minutes left. Is there anything else that you would suggest that people do when they're selling online?
I would say, I've mentioned about the photos, haven't I?
You have?
Yeah. Be creative, have fun. You know, like I said before, you know, everything is done for you. You know, I don't stress about anything when it comes to my store. You know, from the stock management, from, you know, I don't have to create my own personal website. Everything is done for me. So, you know, it's really like stressless. So I would definitely recommend to anybody that's, you know, wants to start a new business or already has a business and just wants to appeal to a larger audience.
Yeah, and I think, of course, I'm speaking from eBay's perspective because I work for eBay. But you mentioned there about it being easier than just starting your own website. I think there's also all the marketing that eBay does as well. So on TV, on radio, online, there's a lot that eBay's doing to just keep that brand top of mind and keep people coming into eBay. And also there's a lot that happens behind the scenes with reminders going out to buyers, people who are watching your items. In fact, on that note, with watching items, do you ever use the send offer to buyers feature?
I have in the past. You know, some people have taken advantage of it, some haven't. But yeah, I mean, it works 50-50. So, you know,
well, if it works 50% of the time, that's great anyway, isn't it? Because it's getting somebody who's interested to actually go for it. Oh, Gabriella says, hi Helen, do you handle everything yourself or maybe have someone to help you, for example, with the photos?
No, everything's done by myself. Everything's done by me,
Fantastic. This is great. Well, I think if there's no more questions, we can wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And for those of you who are watching, hope you've enjoyed it. Please let us know in the comments. We are going to be doing more of these live chats, and if this is a format that you really enjoy, please do let us know so that we can bring more sellers on to talk. We definitely want to have a variety of different kinds of businesses on here. Make sure that you've subscribed to the channel on YouTube and following us on Facebook. That's eBay for Business UK on both of those. It's a great way to stay up to date with what's going on. And as Helen mentioned, there's lots of eBay tips out there, so please do have a look at them and consider them. For the next chat that we're having, if you want to check it out, go to the eBay community. You can put some questions on there in advance if you'd like me to put them to the seller that we're interviewing. And you can go there on community.ebay.co.uk. Well, thank you so much, Helen.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And maybe you'll be a viewer next time on the next one. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Get more tips and guidance from the eBay team by subscribing to our channel on YouTube and click the bell icon to enable notifications. YouTube will let you know as soon as new videos are available.